The boarding school experience, I think, was most devastating on families because it split up a natural harmony between young children and their mother and father. Not all the kids that went to boarding school came from broken homes or alcoholic parents. The vast majority were sent to boarding school by law, by force.
We've come to know a term in international law that's becoming more accepted called ethnocide. This is a role that the churches play. They do to the mind what you can't do with the, say, the bullet. That is, converting people from traditional ways of relation to the Creator, traditional ways of worship. They destroyed a lot of that, created some of the first boarding schools, as some of us experienced, and of course took on the whole system of acculturation and assimilation. You weren't allowed to speak your language, for example. Your hair was cut immediately. All traditional clothing was replaced by military clothing, and you were not allowed to speak your language. So it was almost as if they were creating a social experiment on every reservation. As we say in our communities, the Christians came with the Bible and we had the land. Now we got the Bible and they got the land.
That the absence of an apology has been an impediment to healing and reconciliation. Therefore, on behalf of the Government of Canada and all Canadians, I stand before you in this chamber so vital, so central to our existence as a country, to apologize to Aboriginal peoples for the role the Government of Canada played in the Indian residential schools system. To the approximately 80,000 living former students and all family members and communities, the Government of Canada now recognizes that it was wrong to forcibly remove children from their homes, and we apologize for having done this. We now recognize that it was wrong to separate children from rich and vibrant cultures and traditions, that it created a void in many lives and communities, and we apologize for having done this. We now recognize that in separating children from their families, we undermine the ability of many to adequately parent their own children and sow the seeds for generations to follow. And we apologize for having done this. We now recognize that far too often these institutions gave rise to abuse or neglect and were inadequately controlled. And we apologize for failing to protect you. Not only did you suffer these abuses as children, but as you became parents, you were powerless to protect your own children from suffering the same experience. And for this, we are sorry.